Here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something, the poor will be with you always. And there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication. Multiplication is segregated for tithes and offering. When you give to the poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself. So when you give $1 to somebody on the street talking about I did my job, God like, thank you, but it ain't gonna help you. Read your Bible. Charity does not bring wealth. Only the tithe does that. Matter of fact, you don't believe me? Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna preach on it.
A few people asked me my thoughts about this, so here they are. The statements made by Pastor Henderson in his sermon called, I think it's all about the Benjamins, are not only alarming, but fundamentally contrary to the teachings of Scripture regarding generosity and compassion toward the poor. And I've seen the whole thing, so you can't come to me saying you didn't watch the whole speech. I saw the whole speech. I just feel to just express how strongly I disagree with the assertions made. Particularly the claim that there is no blessing connected to the poor, or he said that multiplication is segregated for tithes and offerings. Ooh, that was hard to listen to. To suggest that helping the poor yields no blessings of multiplication, it misses the essence of God's heart as revealed in the Bible. Scripture consistently emphasizes the importance of caring for those in need. It assures us that our acts of kindness are not merely transactions, but sacred opportunities to reflect God's love and grace. For instance, Proverbs 19:17. Whoever is generous to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will repay him for his deed. This verse highlights that when we give to those in need, we engage in a divine act that God honors, promising to repay us for our generosity. Well, Ryan, he said no multiplication, so he's still alive. Well, the blessings we receive from helping the poor extend beyond mere earthly return. They encompass a deeper spiritual, eternal reward. And that's the issue I really have an issue with. Jesus himself taught the significance of serving the poor. Matthew 25:40 declares, "Truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers, you did it to me." This profound teaching emphasizes that our service to the poor is intrinsically linked to our service to Christ. When we bless those who are less fortunate, we're not only uplifting them, but we are honoring God. With all that God has done for me in my life, I find it to be the greatest honor to bless someone who is poor. The ability to serve others in need is an opportunity to reflect the love of Christ. And that privilege is the greatest blessing any one of us could ever ask for. When Pastor Henderson said charity does not bring wealth, only the tithe does that, I vehemently disagree with that assertion. It diminishes the profound impact of generosity and misrepresents the biblical understanding of wealth building. Scripture teaches us that generosity is an integral component of wealth building, not just merely tithing. Check it, Deuteronomy 15:10-11. We are reminded, you shall give to him freely, and your heart shall not be grudging when you give to him. Because for this the Lord your God will bless you in all your work and in all that you undertake. This passage illustrates that the act of giving, particularly to those in need, is tied to God's blessings in our lives. Our generosity invites God's favor and provision. Furthermore, Proverbs 11:25, whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and one who waters will himself be watered. This verse reinforces the idea that by blessing others, we too will be blessed. The reciprocal nature of generosity is a principle that extends beyond simple transactions. It's a lifestyle that God honors. it's just, oof. It's also crucial to understand that giving should not be viewed as a mere transaction. It's akin to putting money in a slot machine with the hope of hitting a jackpot. This mindset reduces the essence of giving to a gamble, where one expects a return rather than approaching it as an act of love and faith. We must not give to receive, as if we're hoping for God to bless us in the same way a slot machine might reward us with a payout. This transactional approach undermines the very premise of our faith. We don't give just to get. We give because we love God and we wish to reflect his heart towards others. We don't give to get. We give because we love God and wish to reflect his heart towards others. Moreover, the financial principle of responsible giving and budgeting plays a crucial role in fostering a healthy mindset regarding generosity. When we establish a budget that includes giving, we cultivate a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. This responsible approach alleviates feelings of insecurity about our finances. It is essential not to train ourselves to think that we cannot give $1 because we fear we won't be able to earn another one to replace it. Instead, when we give responsibly, we affirm our confidence in the God-given talents and skills we possess to create wealth. By budgeting our giving, we develop assurance in our capacity to sow seeds into the lives of others. This confidence allows us to embrace a mindset of abundance, knowing that God will provide for us our needs as we act generously. It teaches us that our ability to give is a reflection of our faith in God's provision, and it empowers us to bless others without fear or hesitation, which is exactly what that sermon was speaking out to do. It gave you fear or hesitation about blessing the poor. No, we must give freely and not grudgingly. The perspective that helping the poor yields no blessings and that only tithes bring wealth is fundamentally contrary to the blessings of Scripture. The Bible invites us to embrace a lifestyle of generosity, assuring us that our acts of kindness toward the poor are directly linked to our faith in a relationship with God. Let us remember that our giving is not merely a transaction. It is an expression of our love for God and our desire to serve others. By embodying this spirit of generosity, we reflect the heart of God and fulfill our divine calling as his followers. So I just wanted to say to everyone and Pastor Henderson that message was meant with love. I've seen a couple of your sermons, and the ones I saw were on point. This one, I just believe, missed the mark. And in the spirit of not trying to tear any person down, this was absolutely not meant to tear Pastor Henderson down. But the message, I believe, was just extremely irresponsible. I still love you. I still respect you. But I just disagree with you on that particular message. If there's any opportunity you'd like to work together, to network and fellowship, it's always available. And I say that with all love. God bless.